Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is Holly Noel. I love that name. Thank you so much for the support, Holly. We really appreciate it. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. And if you're interested in Much Love merch, we also have a link for that. You get 15% off until the 7th. So follow the link below to get the discount. And don't at me about this outfit. It's really freaking hot today, okay? I had to throw in my kimono over my crochet top. Okay, so anyway, when we left off yesterday, Sam had just come back into the house as a human, and she was checking in with Rachel, and she asks, what should I be doing? You know, you've been helping me out. I need some more advice here. So Rachel advises her to keep working on Caitlyn, Haley, and Rockstar. Really try to tap into their emotional side. Make them feel bad about voting you out. And honestly, I feel like that probably is her best shot at getting the votes to stay. Because right now, she's at 6 votes. She needs 7. And I don't know that she'd be able to pull over just one person. So if she could get like multiple people to agree, probably her best shot, right? I don't know. All right. So then Rachel also says that she thinks that JC has the power app this week, but it's okay because he's on their side. Sam has a power app, but Tyler is the only house guest that knows that besides Sam. So they're doing a really good job of keeping that secret so far. So she just kind of like plays along with it. Okay, next up, Swaggy C and Bailey touch base. I don't know why you guys are saying in the comments that like I don't like them, because I've said in the spoilers that as much as I don't like showmances, that I like the two of them together. So I don't know where that came from, but I guess people just hear what they want to hear. But Swaggy was annoyed because Scotty told him that Winston has been asking if they're in a showmance. You've told people. Plus, it's really obvious. It's like not a secret. Just because you say that you're like brother and sister, hello, that's what people say when they don't want to admit that they like someone. They're like, oh, we're just all over each other all the time wrestling and stuff because we're like brother and sister. We've seen it over and over again, and I'm not even just talking about Big Brother, but in real life too. So I don't know why he thinks this is such a secretive thing, because it's not. But Swaggy wants to deflect by telling Winston that people are targeting him. And again, like, he already knows that. Duh, that's super obvious. But he's thinking maybe I'll spread a rumor that Winston and Angela are showmancing. I mean, why not? Go for it. So then Bailey is warning Swaggy about some drama within their own alliance. There is a love triangle going on with Haley, Fessy, and Caitlyn, and they're starting to get worried that this could split their group up in like the first week, which is an issue. So they need to figure that out. And then Haley has also been flirting not only with Fessy but with Tyler and Brett, and they see this as an issue because they want to make sure that Haley is going to be a target before they are. And she's not going to be a target if all these guys like her and don't want to get rid of her. So they're like, yeah, we're going to have to tell her to cool it because it's not really working for us. So their goals here, try to make Winston paranoid. That's you don't even have to try. Tell Haley to cool it with the guys and repair the whole Caitlyn, Fessy, Haley situation because it's not good right now. So then a little while later, we get a Swaggy C monologue for the cameras. So he breaks down pretty much everything we just heard him discuss with Bailey. But then this is really interesting. We get his priority list. So he says, first of all, number 1, me and Bailey. I'm always going to be looking out for us first. Okay, that makes sense. But then, this was a surprise. His next 2 people that he's concerned about, like, protecting and preserving that relationship, Scotty and Tyler. What? I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. It's interesting because Scotty is definitely more on the, what is it, Foudy? The Foudy side, but he's not officially in that alliance. And then Tyler is with level 6. So it's interesting that Swaggy values the two of them so much. I could see Scotty because Scotty brings him a lot of information, but I think if it came down to it, Scotty would very quickly dump Foudy. You know, if he was in trouble, he'd be like, these people, you need to get rid of them instead of me. And then after that, Foudy. So that's the alliance of 5 with himself, Haley, Fessy, Caitlyn, and Rockstar. Really interesting. I did not expect them to be that low on the list. Interesting. So then the feeds went down for the power veto ceremony, and as expected, Fessy did not use the power of veto because he knew if he did, it would be Bailey or Caitlyn going up, and they did not want that. So that means that Sam and Steve remain on the block, and one will go on Thursday. Maybe. We're not really sure exactly what would happen if Sam used her power, because we finally found out last night on the show that whoever she uses it on has a chance of returning to the game. So it's not like a halting hex where it's just like a redo of the week. I don't know if it's some sort of battle back or what. Who knows? But I'm interested to find out what that's all about. So then after the ceremony, Steve gave Fessy his blessing again. He says he totally understands why he could not use the power veto on him this week. Steve seems really confident that he has the votes right now, but things can change very quickly, and I don't think Steve's social game is as strong as he wants to think it is, because, like, it's not. It's not. Yeah, the loud breathing is Lucy. It's, like I said, it's very hot. Okay, so, then, Sam checks in with Tyler. I like this duo. I think they're fun because they're so different. It's fun to watch them talk about the game. And Sam's all like, bleh! And Tyler's like, you need to calm down. So anyway, they still haven't told anyone that Sam has this week's power app. And Tyler tells her, I'm still trying to get that 7th vote for you so that you can save your power, because he knows she can use it on other people. So Tyler, I'm sure, is thinking, wow, if I find myself on the block in the next 3 weeks after this, it'd be nice to have a friend who's able to save me if necessary. So, for some reason, Sam thinks that she's going to get Scotty's vote this week. No freaking way. You are up on the block against his best friend, Steve, who he wants to go to the end with. What? I mean, obviously she's not seeing what we're seeing, but still, I feel like everybody knows that Scotty and Steve are, like, super close. So I'm not sure what the logic is there. There was some talk of, like, Scotty voting Steve out so that he could be scooped up by somebody else, but I don't see that happening. So moving on, Tyler again is telling her stay cool, don't get any more fights this week because it's not going to help you out. And she's like, okay, I'm a robot, I don't have any buttons to push, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so then Sam brings up the power again. She wants to play it off like JC has the power because his name's already been thrown out there a bunch this week. And she's not doing this to hurt his game. She likes JC, but she thinks this will actually keep him safe because people won't want to go after him if they think that he has the power. But I don't know about that, because we've seen this week people wanted to go after the people they thought had the power. So I guess she just doesn't realize that. I don't know, but wouldn't that put a target on somebody? At least with this group. This cast is, like, ready to play. So anyway, at this point, level 6 is pretty much just laughing at the other side because they found out that Fout thinks that Winston is a doctor. He's not. So, they're having a good laugh about that. I guess they're going to play along with it for now. And they're ready to stir up some stuff with the other side. They want to start calling Swaggy Chris. They're like, he gave himself that nickname. It's not like it was given to him. You guys haven't seen Lady Bird. It was given to him by him. But yeah, grab your freaking popcorn because when they start calling him Chris, I think that's really going to piss him off. So then Tyler, Angela, Casey, and Rachel were all strategizing in the HOH room. They're trying to plan what they're going to do if somebody from their side wins HOH next week. So they're like, okay, this is the ideal situation here. Put up Fessy and Bailey right off the block. That's like Swaggy's left and right hands. And then backdoor Swaggy. And either way, whoever comes down, he would be up on the block against one of his closest allies, either way. So if Swaggy wins the veto and saves one of them, then they'll just like put up Rockstar, and they feel like they'll have the votes to decide who goes. I'm not sure though, will they? I guess if there were two people from the other alliance on the block, they would probably have the votes, right? I don't know. It would be close though, again. So Tyler is super impressed with this plan. I believe Angela was the one who came up with it, and then they were kind of like building off of it. So he jokingly asks Angela to marry him. He loves that strategy. So then Brett and Winston are also aligned. You know, they're in the level 6 group, but they seem to have some other ideas for what they want to happen next week. They were chatting in the Have Not room. So they also want to backdoor Swaggy or Fessy next week, but they want to put up 2 pawns initially. They don't want to just go for it. So they're like, what if we put up Sam and Rockstar? You know, assuming Sam is going to stay this week. Are you trying to lose Sam? Because why would you do that when there's already a clear division in the house? Why would you not just put up people from the other side? Number one, you're going to piss off Sam, and we've seen that she does have a temper. And number two, if you put up somebody from your own side, that's one less vote that you're going to have to work with. So you're taking away your own power. It just doesn't make sense. So they're also considering using Tyler as a pawn. Again, I don't think Tyler would welcome that. I don't think he would appreciate that after he kept all of you safe last week. So yeah, they think that it would be good because it would cover their relationship with him, which I guess is like kind of true, but it's a pretty big risk to take again. And they think that he would have a good shot at winning the veto, and of course they would want the veto to be played so that they could put up Swaggy or Fessy. Which I will give them, like, that makes sense, but I still think it's a huge risk. I don't think that's a good idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But they say that no matter what, it's crucial that people from the other side are have-nots next week because they think that's really going to break them. We'll see. Okay, so then, oh man, Fessy is like a mess right now. Fessy is messy because he's really got a crush on Haley, and this whole like love triangle thing is really messing him up. So he's talking to Swaggy, and Swaggy's encouraging him to set some boundaries with Caitlyn because Caitlyn is really hindering his whatever relationship with Haley. If there is a relationship there, I don't know. So he's like, yeah, you need to tell her, like, look, you have a freaking boyfriend back home. This is not happening. I want this other thing to happen. So you need to back off a little bit, and then he can get things going with Haley. But like, does she even want that? So I'm thinking, like, is Swaggy really the best person to go to for advice about this kind of thing? I don't know. Okay, so then Fessy and Haley were chatting on the hammock, and he's like, I want you to know I don't have feelings for Caitlyn. And she's like, yeah, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure you used the same line on both of us. Yeah, he did. I believe she's referring to the line, you're different than all the other girls. He said that to Caitlyn and Haley. They compared notes about it. Yeah. So she's basically telling him, oh wait, sorry. He's saying like, you know, I really like you. Don't you believe me? And she's like, yeah, I do. But who knows if you're going to even like me in 30 days. So I don't want to throw away my game for something that might not be real. So she's telling him, if you are really into me, we can see how it goes after the show. If you're really into me, we can wait 3 months and see what happens. She does not want to jeopardize either of their games. Thank you. This makes sense. Thank you. So Fessy's like, well, I've never felt like this about anyone before. Give me a break. She keeps saying they've got to put the alliance first. Woo! Okay, so it's not really happening right now, but I don't know. She's continuing to flirt with like all these guys, so who knows what's going on here. But today, Sam is back to being a robot. And other than that, it's been a mostly chill day so far. Swaggy talked to Haley and told her how Caitlyn is jealous of her and Fessy. And Haley's like, what the F? She's got a boyfriend back home. why is she being like this? So she says, I'm not going to bring it up. You know, if Caitlyn decides to blow up about it, then we'll address it then, but I'm not going to worry about it. And then speaking of Caitlyn, she freaking, like, grilled Winston about his career and his schooling and everything. Where'd you go to school? If you could be a doctor, what kind of doctor would you be? He's not a doctor, but Caitlyn's got this plan where she wants to win HOH next week and call Winston out for being a doctor. Please, I almost want her to win just so that can happen and be a total fail, because it would be really funny to watch. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. We've still got 3 days left until the eviction, or not eviction. Who knows what's going on there. But let me know what you think. And until tomorrow, much love.